Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to Hunters Hunted 2 Corruption. Join us as we tell the tale of four men bonded by their fear and hatred of the hidden monsters that reside in Washington, D.C. in September of 2009. Only time will tell if Jebediah, played by Adam B., Robert, played by Adam C., Walter, played by Chris, and Dr. Turner, played by Tillman, will survive together in this story ran by Andrew. Hunters Hunted 2 is a Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition expansion set in the World of Darkness. If you'd like to contact us, you can find us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or find us on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
So we pick back up in the base of operations that you all so lovingly invested into. We'll just jump right to all of you being there. You know, obviously you arrive in two separate convoys, but you're all there. You don't have very long to wait. You're like getting out of your vehicles when Jebediah pulls up and is getting out.
I'm gonna catatonically start just making my way inside, and I just want to go sit on the couch in a kind of living room in the bunker.
Jebediah's going to go out back, and he's going to let fly with a few rounds from the shotgun into some trees out of frustration.
And I'm going to be standing outside the bunker, sort of finishing a cigarette, hearing the shots go off from Jeb, and just kind of looking out, but not really alarmed, just knowing it's Jeb just blowing off steam.
I'm going to go inside, or downstairs.
Into the base proper?
Yeah. And I'm going to go for the computer again and type out an email to my mentor. And basically in our pseudo-scientific arcanum language, try to explain to him what I have witnessed about Jeb's and Walter's behavior, how I think it's linked to the supernatural mind-altering abilities of the vampire creature, and whether he can give me any insight or point me towards research material.
Okay. It'll take a moment for any kind of a response.
Sure.
But, yeah. You send an email to Justin Harding. I will tell you whenever you are responded to. Jebediah is inside, right? Does he go in?
After he empties out the shotgun, yeah, he'll go in.
Okay. So what's the general kind of mood you all have?
I'm just sitting there staring blankly at the dry erase board.
Mitch is pissed.
Robert is kind of just scared right now. He's kind of just he was very uncomfortable seeing Walter have a breakdown like that, and yeah, he didn't like what he suggested that the guy had asked Walter to do. He doesn't want to think about him maybe having to compromise anything about the case, but he also doesn't want to not help Walter. So he's kind of just fuck.
Jebediah, you're having these flashback images, of your last real encounter, or at least the one that's most important to you with the undead in your mind. You're just seeing those eyes and the way he just looked you in the eye and just compelled you, just made you do something that you didn't really want to do at all. And it just makes you more angry.
Yeah, Jeb is going to grab a beer from the fridge, pound it, crush it, grab another one, pound it, crush it, grab a third one, look at Walter. The hell's wrong with y'all?
I'm just going to keep staring at the board.
Give us a second here, Jeb. And Robert's just kind of has his hands on his waist. He's kind of staring at the ground, just thinking, just trying to process.
Jeb will disassemble and start cleaning the shotgun. Y'all, I got a real strong feeling that what we ran into out there was one of them things that we're supposed to be taking care of in a big way. What y'all think?
Yep. I believe you. I've taken some steps to find out or maybe help me find out how they messed with your brain and possibly Walter's brain on a different scale and my perception, so that I didn't see the guy and he could totally disappear on us.
What y'all mean you didn't see him? He was sitting right there.
Yeah, I couldn't see him until you walked into him.
Seems like these things have the fucking keen ability to make you guys not notice the obvious. Gregory, I told you out there that I'm fucking compromised. And you're still in here talking about whether or not you can see them.
Dude,
Wait,
I'm
what-
looking into it. I
wait,
just
wait.
said that.
Wait, what y'all mean y'all compromised?
Walter, why don't you explain to us exactly what was said, okay? Now that you've calmed down a little bit.
Am I still able to storyteller right now, even with like that I blew the blood pool point for that scene, or will it still be hard at this point?
You mean willpower.
Willpower, I'm sorry. Jeez.
So I'm still counting this as the same scene. So
Okay.
the way I look at it, a scene doesn't necessarily mean just like transition from like place to place. This is the aftermath of the meeting. So same scene.
So I've told you about Iris. I told you about the love I have for her. I told you about how this Deshaun guy tried to use her as bait to get me to do something. And we all noticed when I pointed out that she didn't have those tattoos that she had all over her arm when I knew her, and I knew her intimately, and I would have noticed them. So that, and before we left, the gift I was given from the book. You can mock me, you can laugh at me, you can do whatever, but that was a sign. And it ended up being right, by the way. Then we go there and I talk to this individual, and he wanted me to convince Robert to let the powers that be think that the murders are not at all connected. This whole time, though, I'm talking to him. I'm trying to like gauge him, see if he's one of them, and I couldn't tell. I didn't know, but I was trying to, the best of my ability, without letting fear consume me, try to yield information from him. You may look at me and my drug use and look how I am now, but you don't realize that at one point I used to be an expert at this when I would get information for stories. So I started like just trying to throw little feelers out there to see if I could get any. And he was stoic, and it was hard to read any kind of impression off him. But then simply I asked him about the tattoos, because he told me he'd give me information on Iris if I convinced Robert to lie to the feds. And I said, I agreed to it. But I said, before anything, I said, what about her tattoos? Why didn't I notice them before? And he told me that she has the ability to make people not notice things. And it just all clicked from this book. And I like that I have in there, that page it opened up said the same thing about those monsters. And then deep inside me, I know that somehow how I feel for her right now, the love I feel for her, and the caring and the missing, the compassion I felt for this whole time might be her controlling me. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to admit this again tomorrow. And I'm trying to tell you all right now. And I told you, Gregory, before, and you gave me your word that if it came to where you thought that you couldn't fix me and I was compromised, that you would end me. So what are we going to do? Are we going to sit here and argue whether or not they can do? We don't know what they can do. We find we have ideas what we do, but right now we don't know that me sitting here right now is putting your lives at risk.
The whole time he's making this confession, Jeb is going to be reassembling the shotgun and then start loading it.
I'll tell you one thing: we're not going to fudge this case. We're not going to negotiate with them. And I hope you realize that, Walter.
I want
I'm
to
not
kill
gonna
them
do that.
all. I want to kill them all, including her. But I don't know if I will be able to. I don't even know if I'll be able to have this thought tomorrow because I'm starting to feel weak. I feel like I'm just feeling beat down.
Hey, Walt,
Yes.
I'm going to need you to take an Ambien, something a little stronger, and wash them both down with some booze right now, because you need to be out.
Yeah. Okay. And I get up slowly and I just kind of go to my cigar box that's behind the TV and I pull it out and take an Ambien, look at one, grab a second one instead and throw them both in my mouth and down a beer and just lay down on the couch, fall asleep. Let sleep overtake me.
You are feeling emotional and physical like draining at this point. You've been taking a lot of drugs, and they have really fucked with you at this point. Some of your DCs might have inflated there in some points because of how you have been behaving. And at this point, you can just pass out immediately. You were just so drained, and just like your willpower, you don't have any drive. You're just so ready to just sleep. It will be a deep and hopefully restful one.
Gentlemen, this is not good. If he's really compromised, then that is a big problem for us because ain't no one supposed to know where we are. And if someone knows where we are, we're gonna have to work on fixing that one way or another. This is unacceptable, and I am deadly serious right now.
No, you're right, Jeb. We definitely have to do something to fix this.
Jeb, when they messed with you, you walked away from the place. You drove around a little bit, and then you came to your conclusions that it was all fake, right?
No, he told me that I needed to go away, so I went away.
Okay,
And
but
I didn't realize
when-
how far away I went until I was damn near halfway home.
but you did realize it.
Sorta, yeah. I mean, just my mind stopped being my own, and I just did what I was told.
I think there's at least like a temporary component, or maybe it's even like a distance. Like at some point, their power over you, or his power over you, wore off.
Yeah, that's plenty interesting, but the point is they controlled his mind. I mean, I don't really know how we can protect ourselves against something like that.
There's a little ding as Dr. Turner's phone gets a notification. And you
I'm
look at
looking
it.
into that. I asked my guy.
And I
And I-
hate to point this out, but if he made me do that with one conversation, what in the hell is going on in Walt's head?
So, notification, and it's just an email response. Read
Mhm.
it whenever you want.
I want to read it.
So, he looks down at his phone, looking at his new email. It's a response, and he says, "It is quite prudent to bring this up. There is a debate in a few nights in which we will be discussing something similar. I urge you to attend." He gives a location, which is the Georgetown University, and what hall they're meeting in and all that kind of stuff, and a time, which is 4:30 p.m. And I think it's all the relevant details.
Okay. Answer from the phone with "I'll be there for sure." Any reading material, and just a question mark, and that's it.
Okay. It'll take a while. You guys are still there having your scene, but he pauses. Greg takes a moment to respond to an email as you guys are talking.
What was that, Greg?
Look, this whole mind-altering thing. This research team, they're on it. They're having a meeting in a couple of days. I'm going to go there, and maybe I can find out some things. But I do think there are some limits, and I am not convinced as of yet that this compromise that Walter is speaking of is affecting us down here.
Well, I mean, y'all, if he's all wrapped up around this woman Iris, and she's some sort of vampire or revenant or whatever that book said, then I mean, what sweet nothings is he whispering in her ears, and for how long?
You think he might have mentioned anything to her about us, about our group? I mean, I know he's deeply infatuated with this woman, but he's on our side of this, right?
I sure do hope so. I think maybe we should keep him here for a few days. Maybe let him dry out, so to speak, so we can talk to him. Maybe see if he's got a clear head and can shed some light on what's been going on. Like have us an intervention or something. I'll make some burgers.
Barring any other kind of things that you guys want to do, we will have a short time skip. 2 days. I'll give you an opportunity to kind of describe what you want to accomplish in that time, and tell me what you're going to do, and we can kind of go through that now, and then next session we'll pick up with you guys being at that point. So if you want to meet with anyone, you want to talk to people, whatever he needs to do, let's go over it now.
So Walter probably is going to hole himself up in his room and just like dive into his books, you know? And I would think 2 days would be a good amount of time to go like take some mushroom tea and just kind of like lock himself in his room, seeing that I have a strong feeling Jebediah is not going to let him leave the bunker. So he's just going to kind of like hole himself in his room, not do any YouTube stuff, anything like that. Just like drink some shroom tea and just like look into his books. And there's a reason why, and I kind of like was going to ask between sessions, but I might well bring it now. But I'm thinking about maybe having Walter spend XP on pyrokinesis or whatever. So he's probably just gonna like he's just going off. He's like fucking to the point where like you say, so emotionally, whatever drained. He wants to be alone with his books and just open his mind up, and hopefully something will come to him in 2 days. If not, he's just gonna be secluded, not put his friends at risk. You know, he pretty much is he's reached it to where he's like all the cards are on the table and they'll come and get him when they need him, kind of thing. You know, and he doesn't want to put them in any harm.
Okay, well, it doesn't give guidelines on what the XP might be. It just says like what freebies would cost, and it doesn't like it says you can purchase new Numina with the XP. It just doesn't say how much. So considering that both a discipline and psychic Numina cost the same amount, 7 per dot, with freebies, I'm going to make the XP cost the same. So if you want to buy Psychic Numina and you started with Psychic Numina, I will make it 5 XP per dot. And if you are trying to buy something that is outside of that, if it's like Alchemy or True Faith, we'll count it as the same way Out of Clan does, 7 XP per dot as the cost. Is it fair?
Perfectly. Sounds good to me, sir.
Okay, so based off of everything you've gone through, yes, I will totally let you have that. You want to buy that? Go ahead.
I definitely. I'll probably once this session's done, because I have 12 XP right now. Next session, I think I could be afford to buy 2 dots, and you know what I mean, by next session. So we can say like that's what's going on between here and next session. Like you said, he's just losing himself right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
You are delving into deep, dark occult secrets in your library, researching ways that you can bring the fight back to the supernatural monsters. And in doing so, you discover that, like, through sheer willpower and concentration, you can control the environment around you, and you can use the weapon that vampires fear, fire, to burn them. It starts with simple things, lighting candles. Oh, look, fireplace. It's ignited. But it won't take long before you discover how easily it is that you can burn these unholy corpses that walk among you.
Yeah, and I think he's driven too by because he feels that like not that he knowingly or whatever, but he feels like he's betrayed the group or whatever. So he, you know what I mean, the drive to like add more to where he can add to the fight more, and yeah, that's kind of like his rationale behind that, you know.
Awesome. So what is Robert doing in this time?
So within the next couple days, Robert is kind of, well, for one thing, he's gonna try to do a little bit of legwork on looking up who Alexi is. Also, I was thinking he would kind of just be trying to like build some social relationships that he has around the office to kind of maybe increase his chances to acquire more requisitions in the future. Just kind of kissing ass where he needs to, offering small favors to the people that will be able to get him what he wants. He probably would have also spent some time practicing in the range, possibly. Just trying to let off steam, also trying to, I don't know, sort of like better himself a little bit. Still greatly embarrassed by the freak out that he had, not too long ago. So he's kind of, he's trying to prepare himself for what he feels like is something very serious that's coming.
Okay. I think that a charisma leadership role, it would be a good representation of you trying to build that kind of relationship with everyone else, and the like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna run at the first sign of battle. I'm also like, I'm really great at this, and I can totally like connect with all you, and we can train and whatever. It's a good role to represent that, I think.
And what difficulty?
6.
All right, 3.
Okay, that's really good. So you are very successful in what you are trying to accomplish. How do you envision this?
For like which part? For like practicing in the range, or for me just like trying to improve my social relationships in the office?
Your social relationships.
Okay. So I think for one thing, he's kind of like just started to do small things like bring in coffee and donuts and just try to be that guy in the office that is just like that guy who just is super friendly, remembers everybody's order and stuff like that. And he'll just kind of start asking if he can do small favors for people, you know, and just like whatever sort of like help he can give to other agents, just small favors, nothing like incredible. Also because he doesn't want to put too much work into the actual case without involving the others at this point, So
Okay.
he's kind of like distracting himself with other people's work in a way, and just sort of kind of trying to just like weasel his way into like different like social maneuver himself into like a friendship position with different people,
I would say that after some time, on like maybe the second day, you brought in donuts, and like you'd be approached by Maureen. You remember Maureen?
I think so. She was the one that gave me the ballistics report, right?
Yeah, Maureen is she's the black woman with the long hair, and she usually wears like business attire, button ups, but also kind of undone at the top, showing off her appearance and her goods, and has no issues with just kind of being very casual and one of the guys kind of attitude. So whenever you are coming in one day, you bring in donuts, she just kind of smiles at you and is just really friendly and jovial, and just it's like, I am appreciative of how much you've been doing lately, but at the same time, I gotta say, is there something going on? Is there trouble at home?
Just the opposite, Maureen. I feel better than I have in years. Maria's got me on this new diet. I've been going out for walks more. I've been going to the gym. Things have actually been going really well for me.
That's good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I worry about you sometimes.
Hey, well, thanks. I appreciate you looking out for me. You're a good friend. And he'll kind of give her like a shoulder nudge.
Oh, well, how's your case going?
It's going pretty slow at the moment. I have no real solid leads, but
Really?
you
I
know,
mean, I told you about that witness, and
well,
he was.
but besides that, I mean, I did get some information from him.
You you did. That's good, because I heard about what happened.
I'm sorry.
You don't know?
I haven't really kept tabs on him since our initial conversation. Why? What happened?
He's dead.
Like from his injuries, or?
She kind of looks around and looks back at you. Like,
And he just realizes, and he's
are you
just like,
serious?
"Wow, that's very surprising, Maureen. Certainly gives me a lot to think about." And Robert is just like, "What the fuck? Really? This is how I'm gonna find out about this?"
Okay. So how do you like exit from this conversation?
It's like it's like very embarrassing for him, because he's just kind of saying how like he hasn't had any major breakthroughs, and she's just like, yeah, that sucks. What happened to your like
Your only
your
witness.
only
Yeah.
lead? And I'm just like, well, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, Maureen, excuse me for a second, and I'll just he's gonna hurriedly just leave, and just he's gonna be on his phone and on the computer at the same time, just like first of all looking into like what happened to Deshaun, and also just trying to like call the group, and he's just like fuck.
Okay. So it won't take you long to discover that one, the detective who you had spoken to before, Ashley Bishop, she has tried to contact you a couple of times and you just kind of blew off her calls.
It's fucking bad police work, Robert. God damn it.
Yeah, she tried to call you a couple of times. You definitely see that you ignored these calls specifically. Ah, fuck that bitch, and just didn't answer. It was at bad times anyway. Whatever. But then at the same time, you look into it and there are news reports that somebody was murdered in a hospital. In a hospital. And you just have this like crushing feeling come over you of like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, that's exactly what Robert is thinking. He's just like, son of a bitch. Like, how did I let this get away from me so far? Like, because in his head he was pursuing this, he was working on this, but he just let something so, like so silly just get past him, and now like one of his only leads is dead, murdered in the hospital that he spoke to him at. And just a part of him is just like, I absolutely could have prevented that. If I was more present, I absolutely could have at the very least known about that, And he's just like, he's just beating himself up. Just what the fuck, Robert? Just.
All right, I want you to roll conscience for me. We're going to say this is a difficulty of 6.
3.
Okay. So you are overwhelmed with guilt and just like you feel personally responsible for this. Like you feel like I could have done something about this and I didn't. You feel like you failed.
Yeah, that's absolutely 100% accurate. Like he feels like it's because of him that Deshaun is dead, and even though this guy was a total scumbag, he never intended for him to come to any harm. Like.
Yeah, and if you had failed, you would have lost humanity. So good on you. So with that in mind, what is Dr. Greg Turner doing in these couple of days?
He's gonna go home at least once and get some clothing, get his laptop, and so on. I think he's
Okay.
gonna still spend most of the time with the guys because, well, he doesn't want to stay home alone, and he just checks up on things. And also, does he get a reading list from his mentor?
Yeah, he would get something back with like, it's not something I thought of before, so we'll just say you do get.
Yeah,
you
he's
get a
going.
thing you can look
He's going
over.
through that.
Yeah, like a list of material that you can research before going to this supposed what he described as an open forum debate.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to take notes, like based on the experiences with Jeb and Walter, and my own with not seeing the sky, and how it relates to the things that my mentor gave me to read. Like, so I have the.
I would also say that the occult library that is in the base is something you can access because while someone else invested in that, it's there,
Mhm.
it's available, and it's a thing you can use to kind of. Some of the things he talks about in his email, are there available for you.
Okay, so I'm researching, taking notes, and basically just preparing for the meeting.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Jebediah, tell me about the next 2 days for you.
Howdy, y'all. All right, the next couple of days for Jeb, he's pissed. His first priority is to go out into the woods around the bunker and double check all of the security measures, make sure nothing's been compromised, make sure that all of the little traps and other things are still in place. He's also going to work on moving more quietly while he's out in the woods. He'll try sneaking up on critters, getting as close as he can before maybe he'll take a shot at them with a bow and arrow or something, see if he can add to the critter burger reserve. But his big priority is going to be checking all of the security.
All right. So how about you roll a perception and alertness roll for me,
All right.
and we'll call it a 7.
All right.
You know what? No, this is a place you're intimately familiar with. It's a place that you designed most of it, and I think that's worth something. So give it a 5 instead.
All right. Wow, 4 successes.
So going over all the various security systems you have in place, and there's quite a numerous number of them. Many of them specifically designed around interacting with the undead because of the nature of your foes and how much you guys invested into this. You find that none of them have been triggered. None of them are in need of any immediate maintenance, and everything looks primed and ready to go.
Excellent. When he's not out scouring the land, he will be in the bunker, and he will be checking in on Walter, bringing him food, making sure he's got very little access to his drugs. When Walter's asleep, he'll go into his room and he'll scrounge up all of the drugs he can find and lock them away. He will, happily provide him with booze, though, because alcohol's not a drug. It's a right. It's a God-given right.
Oh my god.
And that'll be pretty much what he spends his time doing.
All right. I think that covers our 2 days of time. And as before, we'll end off with a quick kind of description of what you guys enjoyed about someone else's role playing through the session. We'll start with Chris.
I for one loved Robert's talk in the car on the way to the Lincoln Memorial, where he's all trying to lecture me, and then he takes a fifth out of his glove compartment and drinks it, throws it out the window while I'm drinking Coke and coffee. But I really like the character Robert because it's so the cadence and then the voice, and you know what I mean, and the it's not like an accent, but just the way he speaks and his verbiage he uses, all right, buddy, you know what I mean? And shit like that. Just really I picture this overweight, fucking FBI agent, like a John Candy or something like that, or you know what I mean? And I just can't stop laughing. I'm not gonna laugh this time, but it's so funny hearing Adam sound like that, so I really dig it, dude. But yeah. It's serious but comedic at the same time, which is weird because you really feel for this guy because he's really trying to fit in and he just sucks at his job and he you know what I mean, but he's a good dude, so it's he's a good moral compass, I guess, for the group, I would say, and he's empathetic too.
Nice. So, Tillman, what did you like someone else did, roleplay wise?
I liked Walter's breakdown. Especially the scene where he was just freaking out, you have to stop the car. And then we sat on the sidewalk for a little, and he was just freaking out, and neither Robert and or Greg knew what to do. I think that's pretty much a typical scene for these 3 or 4 people.
I liked it when Robert looked at him what the fuck? Over the shoulder when they're on the side of the road.
All right, so one of the Adams, either one of you.
Okay. I really liked when Jeb kind of snapped out of the I want to say domination kind of thing that happened to him, and he just flips the car, turns the car around and just heads right back, shotgun in hand, ready to completely ready to rock. That was pretty awesome. I think it really fit the character well.
Ready to shoot Theo Bell in the face.
Yes.
And what about you?
I gotta say, I really liked Chris's breakdown for Walt. That was really well done.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you guys 2 willpower this time, because I felt that the way you guys roleplayed your nature and demeanor really fit in to the characters especially well this session, more than most of the others. You guys were, you really sold me on it this time. I bravo to all of you. Excellent role playing, and put another 5 XP on your sheet.
Props to Dr. Gregory. That talk at the beginning where he's like my associates and all this shit, was like, fuck, dude. Like, this guy does not fuck around. He's so like analytical. I always want to say I have a peculiar skill set. You know what I mean? I was like, got some Liam Neeson fucking vibes from that shit, man. I was like, oh fuck, dude. He's doing the talking for the gang, dude, from now on, dude.
I'm still surprised I didn't have to roll for that, actually.
Nah, no need to roll that. Only when dramatically appropriate.
Okay.
So, that concludes this session.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there. High Level Games, the industry's first choice in taking your games to the next level. We are a podcast blog and new media network at highlevelgames.ca. We have blog posts about all of your favorite games going up 5 days a week, and a podcasting network with actual plays and shows that discuss role-playing games, with more rolling out all the time. We are on iTunes, Twitch, and YouTube. Find out more information at highlevelgames.ca, a site that certainly isn't controlled by a shadowy board of directors of otherworldly origin. That's highlevelgames.ca.
Please, help. They're coming.
The Los Angeles metropolitan area is constantly growing and changing. The Central District is full of new buildings. The Hollywood and Wilshire districts, once far from downtown, now are part of a which spreads past Beverly Hills and out to the ocean. But why is all this going on in Los Angeles? Why is Los Angeles an exploding city?
Neon Masquerade.
The Demon's Mirror.
13 Candles.
3 chronicles running through the undead veins of the City of Angels.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers Actual Play Podcast invites you to drink deeply.
Go to eorpodcast.com and search the duets tag to find out more.